What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, back with another product from Elite Survival Systems. Today we're going to be taking a look at their Deluxe pistol case, which is available on their website for $39.95. And as always, I'll be sure to leave a link down in the description where you can pick this one up if you're interested in purchasing it for yourself. With that being said, we'll start on the exterior. This is made out of 1,000 denier nylon, made in Vietnam. Really solid construction on all of the products that I've handled so far. You're not going to see any loose stitching or anything like that. Really nice material for the exterior. And then you can see even the grab handles wrap all the way around this case for that added stability, added rigidity, just to make it a little bit more strong and secure. There's also a layer of padding on the bottom of this pack, which is really nice because it does allow this to freestand when you have it loaded, which definitely appreciate. I like being able to just set it down and have it freestand on its own without having to lean it up against anything or anything like that. So definitely appreciate that aspect of it. Branding on here, very subtle. You can see blacked out, which they tend to do with their tactical products. They don't want to scream, I have a gun in this case, so they keep it pretty minimal with the branding. So always like that as well. External dimensions on here are about 12.5 inches wide by 7 inches tall. We're looking at about 3¼ inches in diameter. Now this deluxe pistol case is made to carry 2 pistols as well as their magazines and accessories. And so we'll see that on the interior here. Definitely meant for kind of your more minimal, quick range trips, and so perfect in that capacity. Now we do have 2 pockets on the outside of this case. They're very similar to each other, but one is secured with a zipper, YKK zipper here. It does come with this zipper pull installed, although it is very easy to remove if you prefer to remove that. It does keep the rattling down to a minimum. It still makes a little bit of noise if you shake this bag, and especially with that lock up there and the zippers banging up against that lock, still will make a little bit of noise, but the zipper pulls definitely help to reduce that. Again, removable if you prefer to do so though. So this first zippered pocket is just a flat pocket on the front. It does get cannibalized a lot by the items inside, so there's not a ton of space. This is good for your small flat objects, your receipts, your cash. For me, it's perfect for my range membership card. The range I'm a member of has a metal card, and it tends to slide around a little bit inside the pockets. It's a little bit sleek. And so I like that it's secured with the zipper here. Right behind that though, we have a near identical pocket. This one is a little bit more forgiving in terms of space, just a little bit more real estate for thicker objects in there, but it is not secured by a zipper. So if you were to put this upside down or have it sliding around, some stuff may fall out of that. But again, your paper type objects really aren't going to be sliding around a whole lot in a pocket like this. And then that's where, again, it's very nice that this one freestands because it's going to keep gravity pulling those objects down rather than having them slide out the top. So definitely appreciate that. With our grab handle, you can see it velcros shut to secure those handles together to keep everything in place, but also add a little bit of padding, especially if these get weighed down a little bit. Right now I don't have any ammo in here, just guns and magazines, and so it's a little bit on the lighter side, but definitely appreciate once you start adding in a little bit of that extra weight to have the padding on those nylon handles. And so this is just opened with velcro, and then you can see we have the locking YKK zippers at the top. Now this did come with this padlock, and so have the keys here. You don't have to use their padlock obviously, but really nice that that is included so you don't have to purchase one separately. I have a set that are key to like, and I have the key on my keychain, and so I'll probably end up using those rather than this one just for the kind of convenience. But again, really nice that it is included. Same YKK zippers and zipper pulls on here, and then this pretty much fully clamshells open. Stops right at the bottom, but you can pretty much fully clamshell open this and see everything that's on the interior, so we'll do that. First thing you'll notice is the interior is this kind of lighter gray color, and that's a lot more easy to see inside. So just high vis, so if there's small objects on the bottom, a little bit easier to see. The range I go to actually tends to be pretty dim, and so there's lights for the targets, but the bays themselves are pretty dim, so definitely appreciate that more high vis material there. And then on either side we have these padded dividers to allow you to keep one pistol on either side. Now one thing I wouldn't mind seeing is adding some additional magazine holders here. So for me, what I ended up doing is just pulling out a revolver on one side, and you can see this is not loaded, putting the revolver on one side because I don't need the additional magazines. I like to carry at least 5 or 6 magazines for each gun I'm taking down to the range, and so having an additional layer of those would be really helpful. You can see I do have 6 magazines in here, and then as well as our little Glock OEM speed loader, and then a Glock 19 back here, which again, not loaded. I didn't even put a magazine magazine in there, so I didn't have to deal with that for the video here, but that has that divided pocket as well. And you can see there would still be some room in there for it, even if they had to make it a little bit wider to have those additional magazines, and that would just be nice to carry extra items. Now the bottom, I decided not to put anything on here, but you can definitely put some smaller objects. You can even put a couple boxes of ammo down here. There's some room, and especially if you push these up a little bit towards the top, there is some room underneath there to carry some additional accessories. Now you can see all of these magazines, there's plenty of real estate on the top and bottom to fit here. As long as your pistol fits in here, the OEM magazine should as well. If you have like a 30 or 40 round stick in there, obviously that's probably going to be a little bit too long, but your OEM magazines should fit with any pistol that will also fit inside of this deluxe pistol case. And then again, you should still have a little bit of room here on the bottom for some additional accessories or anything else that you might want to carry. And so really like the high-vis interior, again made in Vietnam, you can see in that tag. These are padded to keep everything a little bit separated. Also wouldn't have minded seeing just like a Velcro strap or something up here to keep it a little bit more closed and secure. I find that the way that I'm carrying it, with it kind of being able to stand upright on its own, and stuff's not really sliding around, but I'm always one for that extra layer of security is always nice, but definitely not necessary on this one. Let me know what you think of this one though down in the comments below. As usual, I'll make sure to leave a link down in the description if you're interested in picking one up for yourself. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, checking out some other content. All helps the channel out a ton, and I hope you have a great one. Take care.